y'all are doing good. Seabass Step by Step. Hope you're having a blessed evening, a blessed day. There she is. We just finished watching your footage. I'm going to try to set this all in here, get this all set up, Got to make sure. All right. Let me add you in. I think all you got to do is just send a request. There we go. All right. She is here live. About to function. Interview style. What's up?
Right. What's the deal?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Good. Where are you at?
I'm in Michigan right now. I was just in LA. I just got here 6 a.m. I'm rolling.
Really?
No, I left at 6 a.m. LA. I got here 1:30ish.
Oh, wow.
What's
Traveling.
up, Mish? I see you. What's up, Nate? What's up, Dave? I see a few of my people in there, so I'm saying what's up.
That's good. Oh, Meech. Oh, man. What's up, Meech? How you doing, bro? In France? That's great. Well, I'm glad your travels were safe and everything. I know
No, for real.
you've got a lot of stuff coming up. So, yeah, let's just get into it. I think we should we drop some breaking news on what you just told me earlier?
Let's get it. Go ahead.
Okay, it's all you. It's all you.
So they have the Red Bull Dance Your Style that's thrown by the company Red Bull, all the energy,
Right.
But basically they have qualifiers all over the world. So they just announced the USA qualifier. So I'll be in it in Chicago September 24th. Represent it. What's up? So we're gonna get it.
Is this your first time with Red Bull? Any type of Red Bull events?
Yeah. So.
Okay. So what was it like? You got that email and you're like, oh.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? Because,
Right.
someone had reached out to me like prior to that, and they were telling me that they wanted to get jitters involved. So,
yeah,
they submitted me and a few other jitters, and then I got that email, and it was like, what's up? So I'm just ready to go crazy.
for sure. Congrats. Like, seriously, I was so happy when you mentioned that before because Red Bull has obviously gained such a great notoriety with the community. Right. Starting with the breakers and now with this whole Red Bull dance. So for you being able to represent Detroit and the jitters, that's just awesome. So congratulations on that.
Oh no, for real. So I'm excited. If it just would have been any jitter in general, I would have been happy about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I kosher to push. So, but I
got a call. I was trying to push that. I apologize. I got a call coming in. It's funny because I never get calls, but then when I'm doing something like this, everybody's got to say something,
Yeah, I understand. Every time I'm trying to do something, when I'm trying to teach, that's when everybody wants to hit me up. Besides that, my phone, I don't hear from nobody. As soon as I get ready to do something, ringing off the hook.
I feel like that's the same with parents. Friends of mine who are parents, they're like, yeah, whenever I talk to somebody, it's always my kids, but when I'm not talking to somebody, the kids are quiet.
No, literally.
It is. Well, I'm rocking the Detroit hat. I was looking through I'm like, I think I got a Detroit hat in here because
I'm a hat person, so I'm looking like, where you get that from? Because I need that myself.
I'm a thrift store, so I think I got this for $3, to be honest. So,
yeah.
I guess if you battle me one day, and win, I'll hand it over to you.
Hey, let's get it. I snatch people hats off when I battle them, so I might have to snatch it.
Is in jitting style, is touching okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. Yeah, because how there's certain
style. With Crump, in relation to that, I wouldn't go that far, but we can touch each other. But some people, you have to know who you're battling, honestly, because some people are okay with it, some people not. So then you be mindful because you might start a fight on accident. So
yeah.
So you just have to be mindful of it. Because certain people have different styles, depending on where you're from, from Detroit to Inkster, to Highland Park. These are our cities in Michigan. What's up, Highland Park? What's up, Inkster? But, these are all different cities where JIT is relevant. So depending on where you're from, what side of town you're from, that develops your style. The people that you train with, that develops your style. So, depending on where you at, you might be okay with it. Like, that's how y'all came up, that's y'all style, but the other people might be like, nah. So it's just knowing your opponent, you know, but definitely it does happen.
Yeah.
I've been a toucher myself.
It does. And I think it's just kind of when you're in that battle, you got to kind of feel it out, right? You got to, even if you are somebody who touches, if you kind of notice a mood, you just kind of got to like level up in a different way.
I
But
respect it. Like,
yeah, exactly. And I think even with maybe is it a Midwest thing? Because I know with Chicago footwork, they touch as
no,
well.
most definitely, yes.
Okay.
It might be like a Midwest thing for sure because, like, the attitude of the Midwest is just real gritty in general. Like, for blue collar people, like from
Yeah.
workers to the style to the sound, like, you know, just everything. Like, it just makes sense to me. Like, that's why Detroit and Chicago, in my opinion, are so related because we have like similar cultures and we have like a similar feel to both cities. You know,
Yeah.
like when I'm around people from Chicago, like footworkers, like me and them like click like instantly because we kind of come from the same type of way and from the same type of energy, you know. So
Yeah.
it's like it's definitely there. So
That's great. So, in terms of just kind of going into some of your history, I was watching an interview from the city of Detroit. They had you in a studio, and you know, it was a great little piece on you. I really enjoyed it. So,
thank you.
give me just a little background, just for the people that don't know, just about kind of how you came up, and then how JIT came into your life.
Before I get to that, here's a
Yeah.
funny background to that story. Like
Oh,
literally,
okay.
the person who filmed me and who set it up, they used to be like my resident advisor when I was at a university out here called Wayne State. It's a college in
Okay.
downtown Detroit.
Oh,
So
wow.
they hit me
Okay.
up. I'm thinking like I saw that they did like film like and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay. They was like, we just want to do an interview on you. I'm like, all right, I'll do it for you. You know, used to be my RA. Didn't know it was for the city of Detroit. So I came in there like, what a, you know, just like I came prepared to do a real interview, but I didn't know it was a real interview. So,
Yeah.
so when I seen it pop up on the site, that was the first time I knew it was from the city of Detroit. I was like, wait, what? You know, I was like, I would have came a little different.
Yeah, right. Like, let me
If
know
I knew,
beforehand so I can be,
if I knew
prepared.
it was for the, but nah, I'm like definitely grateful. So that was, I definitely enjoyed that interview and it was put together very well. So shout out to them and shout out to Jeremy Brockman. But as far as that, how I got into JIT, so I went to a school called Robichaud. It's an Inkster school. It's in Dearborn Heights. If you go off the GPS, but it's an Inkster school. So, I remember when I was in the 5th grade, we used to have this parade for homecoming. So, I wasn't in the high school yet, which is Robichaud. I was like literally in 5th grade, and I saw these people come down, and these guys just stopped in this car, and they started like doing something. I didn't know what it was, but I'm like, this looks like crazy, you know, like me being like 10, 11, whatever age is 5th grade. But I was like, yo, what is that? So the first time I saw JIT, I didn't even know it was JIT, but I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, this looks
Right.
amazing. So
It's such an explosive style that when you see
yeah,
it first, like, you're like, wow.
no, literally.
Yeah.
And like, then I got into 7th grade. So the school I went to was at the time was 7th to 12th grade. So like I saw it like at had a pep rally again for homecoming, and these people came and they started jitting and hip rolling. Hip rolling is also a thing that's from Detroit, and we do it there, Inkster, anybody of these urban cities, hip rolling. One thing back in the day, if you knew how to dance, 9 times out of 10, you wanted to hip roll or jit, you know.
Okay.
And there's a lot of, and that was just something anybody do. You didn't have to be a dancer to want to hip roll or jit. Like, there's a lot of people I grew up with that wouldn't hit a lick of nothing today, but they code with the hips, or they got some work. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just a normal thing. So I remember when I really was like blown away by it, was this high school talent show. When I was in the 7th grade, I went to the talent show, and I saw this group named Techno. They were Techno Boys. They performed.
Okay.
And
I like the name. The name.
I definitely do too. But it was these 2 guys.
A lot of younger people won't understand the term techno. Maybe they'll, EDM and stuff. But techno for us was like, a lot of dance
techno music
styles.
is from Detroit. So
yeah,
Detroit
right.
creator of techno music. So
right.
which is directly related to JIT. Like our main genre of music that we dance to is techno music. So they did a mirror routine. Like basically they imaged each other and they acted like twins. And that it was like what? It was so crazy to me. So I was like, I'm in the 7th grade, like losing my mind in my head because I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So I finally, like all these years, like I was dancing the whole time, like through school, but I couldn't jit. I didn't dance around if I could jit. So then in the 12th grade, one of my friends I was like dancing with randomly took me over this guy's house that was a big dancer out of school. His name was Mike
Okay.
Manson.
Ooh, shout outs to Mike.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I started learning how to. He taught me a jit routine when I was in the 12th grade. So that was my first real experience with jit, and I was like, ever since then, I was like, yo, this is something I really want to learn, you know, because I was like, it just instantly made me feel good doing it. Like when I was
Were
dancing.
you a dancer before? Like, were there's,
Yeah.
because I remember seeing on your interview that there were tap dancing you had learned and
Yeah.
other things.
No, yeah. When I was a kid for like 6 years, I went to the studio, like, which is
Okay.
crazy because it's so far removed from my life now. But,
But it helped kind of lead you into that, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Okay.
I used to do ballet, tap, jazz. Like did ballet to the point I was on point. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
did this for
Wow.
like 6 years, you know,
Right.
so I was really like in the studios like that, but I wanted to play sports, and that was like my love at the time was sports. So I
Oh,
stopped at
cool.
the studio because I wanted to focus more on that. And then I got in the band
Right.
in school. So this
Well,
was my
you
journey.
built up the legs, right? You built up the legs to be
No, yeah,
able
because
to.
my tap background helped me
Yeah.
with JIT because,
Mm.
like, you never know, Angel, I was a drum major, but my tap background helped me with JIT, honestly, because the first thing I was able to understand JIT wise was the feet. You know, like I could always move my feet. The form was what took me the longest to learn, but I could always
Okay.
understand how someone was moving their feet. And then with me playing in the band and knowing music, and understanding cadence and timing and all that, it helped me be able to understand music off rip and understand the musicality. So these different things that throughout my life definitely helped me as a dancer in general.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm definitely thankful for all the different experience I've had. I feel like I've lived like 5 different lives. But
No, that's great. Again, it's like all these different elements. I think sometimes as dancers, especially in our community, we get so kind of in the mindset, oh, we got to do this, but like breaking out. And I remember always hearing sports stars, like back when I was a kid, they're like, oh, they're taking a ballet class. And we're like, oh, that's so funny. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like helping their balance. It's
no,
helping other forms of making them a better player. So that's why like it's so great to see that you've had all this experience before, and then finally in 12th grade, like you're just like, all right, it's time to go.
yeah, because I was doing like normal hip hop dance choreography dance moves we would do in high school, you know, like
Yep.
I was around a lot of talented people growing up that's, you know, that we were just like, yo, we want to dance at the pep rallies, we want to dance at the basketball games, you know, that's just what we did.
Yeah.
We didn't
In
know
the
like
parking lots everywhere.
yeah, we
Yep.
didn't know like all the technicalities behind stuff, and we didn't know all the like knowledge and terms and everything, but we just knew we loved to dance, you know. So
Yeah.
we were like, we see something on TV. Like I remember Rise came out when I was in high school. People started, you
Okay.
know, wanting to, you know, clown and wanting to crumb, and we didn't even understand at the time, but we like, yo, this is crazy, you know. So,
And this is
but
all before YouTube too, like
yeah,
because
no, for real,
again, I think you and I are kind of a little bit closer to age, so it's
yeah,
like having that movement of the pep rally, of the parking lots, of being able to see, going to a midnight showing of You Got Served or something
yeah,
like that,
no,
and
like literally,
experience it rather than being able to just go on YouTube and just experience it from. So it was a different
yeah,
experience. So that's
no,
great.
most definitely. Like you weren't going to see it if you weren't there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
or if someone there didn't like somehow get the footage, but it wasn't like I could just click and light on the live and just see it happening. Like, no, you had to go to these things to see it. Like I remember one time, it was just a brawl. It was just a different era.
Techno's gonna be at a party. I got to be at the party.
But no, like seriously, and it was just like a different era. Like
Yeah.
I remember I was still in junior high and I walked outside one day and they were just randomly battling in the front, like doing a jit battle, and then someone ripped someone so hard that
Gosh.
they gave my man his shoes. Like, it was crazy. It was just some raw stuff, you know. So I'm
I
like,
love
you
it.
know. So it's just, you just had to be there, and that's why I be telling like a lot of the people that come around that are like younger. I'm like, it was just different back then. Like, you had to be there. It was just a different experience. Not saying that, you know, there's not a lot of good things today, because, you know, with the advancement of technology, it makes it so that you're exposed to things that you wouldn't have been exposed to before, like
Right.
jitting. Like, if you
Yeah.
didn't come to Detroit, or if you didn't come to Michigan, you might have never seen jit had it not been for the internet, you know, expanding and technology expanding the way it is. So, you know, it's
It's
still,
amazing.
yeah, it's a gift, honestly. So it's
Can you
definitely.
give us just an idea of the difference between jitting and hip rolling? Because I'd love to like go into that and then give a little bit of history too.
I mean, I think hip rolling is more like, if you want to say like urban belly dancing. I feel like we
Okay.
want to call it the which you're most comparable to. Like, if you look at Aaliyah's videos, from like Rock the Boat, 4 Page Leather, like different, she did it in different music videos. You will see her hip rolling. So,
Okay.
and that's from Detroit. So that's what she got from being out here and going to school out here and stuff like that. But
Right.
that was more popular, like, you know, 90s, early 2000s. It started to fade. It was still going to, I would say, 2007, 2008-ish. It probably started to fizzle out a little after that, in terms of everybody just doing it. Like, you know, I'm not saying
Mm.
that nobody did it, like, in general, but as far as
Right.
I'm not getting up. Someone went to school and told me, one of my homegirls was like, hip bro. Meanwhile, she was the hip bro queen. She got the hips.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let's not add you on here to make
Hip,
you hip bro.
hip, hip rolling don't lie.
But yeah, like,
And so with JIT, that was kind of like looking at your interview and doing some research. That was more of a coming up from the 60s and 70s.
well, I would say more like the 70s, 80s.
Okay.
Um, it's like, it really depends on who you. The history of JIT, it really depends on who you ask. But the best.
Okay.
best
That's how it is with the dance culture anyways. You talk about popping and then you could have, you
yeah,
know, a 3-day conference from different parts of the world.
but yeah,
Yeah.
the best like background I could give in general, like, it was something that definitely derived from like the neighborhood, like people doing it at parties and stuff, and doing it like at school, stuff like that. You have the mad dancers. Now with them, there was definitely people that were jitting, you know, beforehand. But as far as the mad dancers, I would say that
Yeah.
they are the ones who made the form that we have today. That's what
Okay.
we're doing from them. So they were like the main pioneers as far as like what jit looks like today. You know, of course,
Okay.
you have the jitterbugs. They did their thing, and they were pioneers as well. But as far as like the style we have, I would credit that to like the mad dancers, honestly. And then after that, you had a lot of different groups back then, but I'm going just like major groups I know right now. Mad Dancers. The next major group is like Dream Team, you know. So,
Okay.
and then you have X-Men. X-Men is humongous. They got all these people. They're like a major group from the east side of Detroit. Um,
Okay.
but you know, Dream Team 2, X-Men. You have Polo
And
Boys. You have
and this is coming from all of Detroit, right? Like
yeah,
every
yeah.
side. Okay.
You have Polo Boys, Four Babies, Techno, like I was bringing up, the Golden Boys. Even like all these people were just, you know, doing their thing. And like I said, it's a lot of groups outside of the ones that I'm naming, because JIT
Yeah.
was like a ridiculously popular back then.
Yeah.
And like, it was just a thing that people did. So it wasn't like, oh, you might have 4 or 5 groups. You got like a gazillion groups, because it was huge back then, and then hip rolling was huge back then too. So,
Right.
but yeah, when I learned from Mike, who was in the Techno Boys, and then after that, we kind of started doing our own thing with him and a few of my schoolmates, and
Mhm.
well, like, I'm trying to just think back to the history, because it's been a minute.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, no, that's great. I
but
mean,
but yeah,
it's just
basically,
awesome to see the style and just
yeah.
again like at what point do you think that it started to really get out there? Was there like a music video? Was it a TV show, a movie? Was there anything that really kind of propelled it
I mean,
into
as far as the mainstream, I'm like, it was popular like in Detroit. It was popular in Michigan, like
Right.
during that whole time span. But when we started to go mainstream, you had X-Men who went overseas, they did it, and then you had us, which was our group. We were called the League, and it was me, Mike, and a few of my other schoolmates, and some couple other people we met along the way. We were involved with a crew called Hardcore Detroit. It's like
Hardcore Detroit, right? I've heard that.
the
Yeah.
most major street style groups in Michigan. So they started with the Pistons. It was the first year they started with their street dancers. And then they liked jitting, so they wanted them to branch off into their own entity with Mike and a guy named James. And so we came in along with them, me and 3 other people. And we basically, the 5 of us were jitting for the Pistons. This was like
Awesome.
like 2012, like the lockout season, when it was mainly like a short season for the NBA.
Okay.
It was like 2012-ish. So yeah, that was just basically us bringing JIT to the mainstream, and we were kind of like, oh, then you also, let's not forget JIT and Jesus. Let's not forget. So going back to him.
Oh, right. Okay.
He's a major pioneer of JIT. And he went on Paula Abdul's show called Live to Dance. So that was another mainstream moment for JIT. And he was also like just doing like a lot of stuff. And he was the first jitter. Him and X-Men were the 2 like main JIT people that were like viral on YouTube. So because he was like one of the first pioneers as far as just going with the videos and content. Like the stuff that we're doing now, he was doing that like a long time. Like he was doing like 2010, 2011, you know. So
yeah, I remember seeing him before I saw Mike, because I saw Mike after. I think Mike did So You Think You Can Dance. Correct.
Yeah. So him, Jen Jesus, like he's definitely a pioneer as far as like really trying to take this mainstream and staying true to this style and showing it. Like, you know, he put in like a lot of work, and he was definitely ahead of his time. So he provided a major contribution to pushing this stuff forward. So and then someone like commented like the Universal Soul Circus. So it's a circus. Yeah, have that. One of my group members is in the circus. He's Fresh the Clown. So he jits. Another one of the people that's with him, they know how to jit, so they jit in the circus. So that's something for the kids to see nowadays. But yeah, we took it to the Pistons, and then we started going around the choreography scene. You know, like we start going to the classes, we start going to like the events they had. So that made JIT cross over to their scene instead of just being with the street scene. So we had people from that side of the world, of the dance world, wanting to be involved in JIT and take interest in it. And then myself and another guy joined this team called Next Level Detroit. They were a big staple and like one of the first mega crews in Detroit. So we joined them, and the director, David Summerlin, he had us choreograph JIT for it. So we're basically choreographing JIT for this group that's based around like choreography kids that's want to involved in that. And we're bringing JIT to them and putting it together as a piece and putting it in the set. And that also showed a different side and exposed different people to JIT, because now it translated different to them as far as the choreography with the pieces. And now they feel like that was something that they could learn. So then it started grasping them into the side of our world. So that also exposed JIT. And we did shows and like...
That's awesome.
Yeah, we did shows in Chicago, LA, Indiana. Like we did a lot of shows, Atlanta. Like we did a lot of shows in different places. So like me being a part of the Next Level definitely helped a lot in trying to expose JIT to different people just within Michigan itself, you know. So
yeah, I mean, because you've got, let's see, Detroit Pistons, you've choreographed for them.
Yeah.
So you've got that you showcase into a workshop in Paris, France, like that's got to be a moment for you, like not just putting your city on your back, but just like, oh my gosh, like I learned it in 12th grade, and now here I am in Paris, France.
No, literally, my guy Mish is who brought me to France.
Yeah, Mish.
So literally, when I woke up and saw that he posted the flyer, I almost fainted. Because I just saw it posted. It wasn't like no warning or nothing. Like I saw it because I almost didn't get my passport in time. So
Mm.
like I literally got my passport at the last second for me to go. So when I woke up and saw the flyer, I almost lost it. But
Wow.
like, but no, that was crazy. Like, cause it's like we just some kids that was practicing in the freaking living room or
Yeah.
somebody, like not thinking, we just doing it for fun, but we like, okay, if we could take it serious and do something with it, let's do it. But never in a million years would I would have thought like someone would have wanted to bring me to Paris, France to showcase my style and teach people. Like I just wouldn't.
So awesome.
The whole experience, like I was mind blown because it was my first time seeing like the other side of the world and the dance culture, like in person and over there. I was like, what? Because
Yeah.
I've always been exposed to Americans, so just seeing like them over there in France and seeing like how they get down and like the styles, I didn't know they were over there like doing Chicago footwork over there, like doing crump, like like they were going crazy. So and they were very welcoming to us and our style, because me and Mike went over there, so they're
Yeah.
very welcoming to the both of us. And I definitely appreciate that experience for sure. And it definitely made me be like, yo, I got to push harder, because I was like, I want to see them doing JIT, So it's like,
Yeah.
if we can get JIT over here in another country, that would be crazy. So, it's just experiences like that. It just is very thankful for and very grateful for it, because like when I started JITing this, I didn't do it to be like, oh, let me try. I just was like, I love it. I want to do it. And I like I like the way it looks. So let me go for it. So, the places it has taken me, it's crazy.
Have you seen since that moment, or just what like Mike and other people have done? Have you seen it in growth, like foreign, out of the States?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Mike went to
Okay.
Bolivia, so he did that over there.
Okay.
Like X-Men, when they went overseas. You have Strings, the leader of Hardcore Detroit. He went to China a few times.
Wow.
Um, He also went somewhere in the Middle East. I can't think of the exact country right now, but he went over there. And then we also did a foreign exchange. Like we did a live stream and we did an exchange with people. I believe they were from Zimbabwe.
Oh, cool.
So we definitely did exchange with that. So I was actually supposed to go to Poland right before the pandemic started. So
Okay.
I was
All
supposed
right.
I was supposed to teach a workshop over there. I think they're about to book my ticket like a week before the pandemic started. Then it happened.
Oh,
Like, yo,
yeah.
that's all good.
It'll happen. It'll happen.
Back around. But yeah, it's just like more people are wanting to get into it, just even outside of the different states. Like, I've taught in Las Vegas, I've taught in LA, Arizona, so like the West Coast wanted to have it. We've had people who've
Yeah.
taught in New York,
Kinja's dojo you taught
right.
at.
Yeah.
Movement Lifestyle. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for real. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just a blessing to see like JIT, like, and people take interest in it and want to like
Yeah.
push the culture and move it, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's great. Like I said before, I remember seeing Jit and Jesus, and then I remember watching Mike and meeting him in Arizona at one of the events that JoJo had thrown,
Yeah.
and just talking to him about it. And he's just he's so nice, and all of y'all just are able to really just put the style out there, and even more now. And I've tried to do that just with Step by Step, to be able to post every now and again. I try to like expose people to as many of the street styles and all that. And so you've really been able, for me at least, being able to like showcase your stuff and being able to talk to you here. It's great to give people such a different perspective, and to like step out and be like, hey, let's go to Detroit and let's learn about this through you, So
No.
I've just visualized lately looking at all of that and our communication. I'm like, wow, it just seems like it's more out there now, which is great.
No, most definitely. I can't say like from when I started until now, it definitely has grown as far as like people knowing about it and knowing the culture. Because it still surprises me when people be like, "Yeah, I know about JIT and I know about you, this person." I'll be like, "What?" Like still,
Yeah.
you never know who's paying attention. So the fact,
Right.
and that's just the main goal, is to get the culture out there, honestly. So like,
Yeah.
You know, my main thing is I want Jit to get out there, whether it be through me, through somebody else, or all of us together. Like, let's just get it out there, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to do, you know, because I want people 10, 20, however many years from now, I want them to be jitting and them to take it even further than we even could, you know. So like,
Right.
I got my people with me right now, like they're younger, so I got some people with me that's very serious. What's up, ASAP? That's real serious. So, you know, I want people like him and others to take it further than I ever could, you know. So I'm just trying to give others the tools and give them the heads up on the stuff that, you know, we had to learn and had to do trial and error, you know, just give it to you so they can go and take it to another place. Because 10 years from now, I want to look up and see that JIT is like not making it, but we made it,
Right.
you know.
Right.
So that's what I'm.
So a lot of like, so you've danced obviously with Pistons, but you've also danced with T-Pain, TLC, Flo Rida, Mace,
Yeah.
Salt and Pepper. But I want to know about Bobby Brown because he's one of my favorite artists of all time. So I'll tell you just a little story. So 4 years ago, when I was living in Vegas, like there was a spot at one of the casinos. It was just an open pavilion, and it was like the old school station would come out, and they would bring out these artists. And since I was a kid, just being exposed because my brothers and sisters are older, I grew up with that '80s and early '90s influence. So I always call myself a new Jack Michael Jackson kid because that's what I learned. And
Mm-hmm.
so I was so happy when this station was bringing out Bobby Brown, and I was like, I'm gonna like I gotta get up, I gotta figure out how to get up on stage and every little step with him and like you
Okay.
know. So when I saw Bobby Brown on, I didn't get to do that because I had some health issues happen. But when I saw Bobby Brown on here, I was like, I gotta ask her.
And it was cool. He put on the show. Okay, this was Bobby Brown like 10 years ago.
Okay,
So
that's all right. That's all right.
we, you know, Bobby was Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby's Bobby. Yeah, he's still alive. Thank
I
God.
mean, you know, we got to see him at the rehearsal. He just, he made it to the show. That's what.
Yeah,
So, so that's what matters.
exactly.
It's just it was a Bobby Brown experience. That's all I'm gonna say. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I definitely did enjoy like that show. Like it was lit. So and we also did stuff with Bill Biv DeVoe. I forgot about them too. So that was like one of my favorite ones to do. So
Poison. Nice.
yeah, we was behind them like, you know what I'm saying? So it was lit. So
Now, were you featuring, were you able to feature your style in that, or was that kind of like another kind of like hip hop choreography, or what
well,
was it?
no, for that we did hip hop, but like with some of the artists we did do jit. Like
Okay.
when it was T-Pain, we definitely jitted with him.
Yeah, I was gonna say T-Pain loves to like showcase styles.
Yeah.
So
And this was like back in the day.
yeah.
This is like when this is probably like 2012, 2013. So this is back in the
Okay.
day. So but yeah, we jitted for that. But some of the stuff we would do hip hop, you know,
Yeah.
so but Bella DeVoe, you know, it was like more like foundational hip hop as far as like that real 90s flow, the classic flow, you know. So
Yep. Yep. The Buddha Stretch Link, Link
yeah,
Force Crew. Yeah. There you go.
yeah. So
That's
we was on
awesome.
that type of time.
So as far as kind of like just talking to people about JIT, because I loved on the interview, you're like, everybody looks at it as a footwork style, but it's not. It's a full body
Most definitely.
experience. Could you explain that a little bit?
So one of my favorite things to do is flag. That's
The
what it's
arms.
called with the
Yeah.
arm. You could say it's like in relation to whacking, something like that as far as like the movement, but it's just
Okay.
more relaxed and more of a flow. But flagging is definitely a whole foundation by itself. You know, you have the bisco, which involves your chest and arms with it, but the move comes from your chest. Then you also have your groundwork, which you can relate to like floor work for other styles, but we have like a whole foundation on the ground. Basically, what you do on the ground, you take all the combos you know how to do up top, and you try to make it on the ground, make it make sense on the ground, figure out how to do
Wow.
that. and then you have breakdowns to get to the ground, you know, so those are two separate things, you know. So then you have your drops like stunts, you know, so these are all, you know, things in addition to our main footwork and our basics. But even with your footwork, you have your basics, then you have your moves, you know, you have your power moves, you know, you have the ways that you go into your combos, depending on what group you with, you might have like a certain style of combos, you know. So it's a lot that goes into the dance for sure, but it's definitely a full body experience. I can honestly, if you're just jitting with your feet, you're doing it wrong, you know. So, like if you're not moving your whole body, then you can't even say you're capturing the real essence of jit, because it's still, I would say it's more comparable to like a funk style, honestly, as opposed to, I wouldn't compare it to like house as far as that feel, but we do have our version. Like if you can compare like the jack, we have our rock. So you have your rock within jit. So you should be having that rock going as you're moving, you know. So, but that's why I said like we dance to like a lot of funky tracks, like, you know, my homie ASAP, he loved dancing to Rick James.
There you go.
My dog, we dancing. If I see you dance to Rick James one more time, man. But I'm
calling
saying,
him out.
we dance to that type of music, like, you know, the funk music, and then we have our techno music. So I say the main thing that the main two genres of music that we would dance to within JIT is funk music and techno music. But techno music is the home base for JIT for sure.
And are there specific music artists there in Detroit that's like have JIT music? Like, is there actual JIT music?
Yeah, most definitely. Like, you got my guy Sheepy McFly. He's a dope artist, painter, muralist, like
all the things.
Yeah, he's one person I can say right now is really pushing as far as JIT music. You got DJ Godfather. He's a legend. Like, big time techno DJ. He makes like JIT music, so he's definitely a big pioneer as far as that. And then you have the people that make techno music, but it's always related to JIT. You have Juan Atkins, you know, Underground Resistance. You like have all these different people, you know. So I have a JIT playlist on Apple Music.
Okay.
So
make sure to check it out, y'all.
Yes. So if you want to peep that, you know, it's on there. All that stuff. I have a list, and I also have a list on YouTube where I listed JIT music on there, just in case anybody ever want to stumble across it. But you know, so
yeah, it's good to be exposed to all that kind of music for anybody, any style, you know.
No, literally, because if you type in, like, say YouTube, type in Detroit techno, it'll take you to our type of music, you know. So because this bit is real like downbeat, you know, like I guess to make it. To compare it to someone that's close to us, like Chicago, their music's up on the up, we're on the down. So yeah. So our style is more grounded. So that's what makes us different, is that we're dancing on the downbeats, and our movement is more grounded and going in the floor as opposed to coming up off, as far as where we transferring our energy, you know. So that's definitely makes a difference.
Has there ever been a Jitting versus Chicago footwork?
Oh, most definitely.
I was gonna say I shouldn't even ask that question. I know it's
most definitely. It's a DVD out there, and there's some footage on YouTube for sure. But it most definitely happened, and it's always been. It's still arguments to this day on the internet. Like we have, we have like Facebook. Because that's more where my generation up are on. So they have like JIT pages and footwear pages, and then they be on each other pages just arguing.
Right.
Still going at it.
Like you said, that gritty Midwest, right?
Yeah. And then I had the exhibition battle against a female Chicago footworker. So it was supposed to be an exhibition battle that was only supposed to go 3 rounds. It turned into an actual battle that went 8 rounds.
I love it. That's what it's supposed to be. It's a battle.
So the rivalry is definitely there. Don't get me wrong. Some of my people, it's like Chicago footwear, they definitely my people. Like Creation, like Paws and all them, a little bit. All them is my people.
I know. I was just I just met Kelly Foreman, and I've seen her liking a lot of your stuff too and stuff. So I love Kelly
people's for sure.
I love the respect between everybody. So it's good. It helps push everybody, because I know Chicago footwork has really been you know, Charles has really been pushing out there, and I'm hoping the same for Jit, you know.
Yeah,
So,
most definitely. We on our way. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
We just had to get it together, but we on our way for sure. So I'm definitely glad to see where JIT is at right now, because you have all
yeah,
these different groups that's, you know, active and pushing it right now and doing great things and doing different things. If you want to check out some JIT footage, they have JIT Detroit 313 on Instagram. They
okay,
have different JIT videos and they post different things. So JIT Detroit 313.
there
So
you go.
so they'll have that on there. That's like a JIT page. But yeah, just different. If you look up the hashtag Detroit JIT, you'll see
Yeah,
a lot going on, different videos, different people. So everybody is really active and people really do want to push it. So I'm just here for it. And
yeah.
I look forward to the future of where JIT is going to go, honestly.
So where's your future? Where are you going? What's up next for you, other
You know, I'm
than
about to
Red
quit.
Bull dance?
I'm about to retire. But
Are
no,
you?
like I mean, I'm gonna just keep, you know, on my crusade, whatever you want to call it. So I mean, I have
Okay.
Red Bull that's coming in September. Then in
Yeah.
October, they still have to release all the details, but I'm judging a battle in Atlanta and teaching a workshop, and it will be me, King Charles,
Okay.
E Solo. I about to say I almost forgot E
Oh, you
Solo.
saw.
Yeah.
Okay.
Baby Tight Eyes, and then they're gonna honor Brian Green, so that's gonna be a great event.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a fire judges panel right there.
yes, that's gonna be
Wow.
amazing. So we're all gonna be judging, and we're all gonna be doing workshops, so that's gonna be crazy. But yeah, so
I
and
found
then
one actually. I found a class that you're teaching because I was on YouTube and I see Detroit Dance City Festival
oh yes,
has
I'm doing that
Detroit
next
Jit
week.
with you can actually yeah, so I'm on YouTube right now and you can actually put a reminder on and you're going to be teaching a class
That's a great reminder for me.
on the there you go, yeah, on the 10th
Yes,
of
tomorrow.
September.
Yeah. So,
September,
oh,
yeah.
well, September, I'm gonna be shooting the class tomorrow.
Oh, you're
So
shooting the class in the okay,
yeah,
okay.
okay, yeah. I'm like, shoot, that's great, but no. But yeah, no, I shoot that class tomorrow. Then they're going to
Okay.
stream it on there, so we'll
Cool.
have that. Yeah, so I'm doing that. And then, you know, I'm gonna work with some things for this urban opera. So, you know, I may be
Awesome.
doing that, and so that will happen in Detroit for like a month, which would be great because then I can do some more work within Detroit. So always
Yeah,
build at home first, you
for
know. So
sure.
I could do that, you know, happening to different things
Oh,
locally.
cutting
Like
out.
happening with Detroit, what's happening with Inkster, you know, like get all because it's the next generation that's going to come up. That's what's really going to make the difference, you know.
Right.
So that's where I'm on. But yeah, we got stuff going. I'm really in the build mode right now. So I'm like, you know, I've been doing my thing, but I'm where I'm at. I want to build the next. That's where I'm
Yeah.
at mentally. So I'm like, that's what I got going in chamber. So we'll see what comes up. Pay
You
attention.
will.
Pay
I
attention
have
when
no
it
doubt.
happens. Follow us.
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. Again, like I'm glad we finally made this happen. I know we had a little back and forth, but we're doing it, and we, you know, just know that step by step is definitely supporting the JIT community, and you know, we want to be there to push this and to push all those people who paved the way for you and for everybody, and that
No,
next generation that's coming up. So whether it's in LA or Detroit or Paris or
hey,
you know
it could be all
Bolivia.
three places everywhere. Because that's, you know, that's the thing. That's one main thing I said at the end of that interview that I did for the city of Detroit. I just like I want JIT to just be more outside of Detroit. Like I want JIT to just be something that's done in different places outside of just Detroit. Like of course, like Detroit will always be its home and will always be the essence of it. But I want JIT to be in LA or be these different places, you know. So like I'm definitely going to keep putting in the work, you know. And I said at one point, like I said, like a few years ago, I wanted to start traveling, and I moved and I traveled and did all these other things. So you know, I'm just trying to stick to the script and keep, you know, pushing this, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Are there any final things you want to say or any shout outs you want to give?
Shout out to the JIT community, you know, different dance groups, Anonymous, X-Men, House of JIT. If I'm forgetting anybody, I'm like ridiculously sorry. Shout out to JIT Happens, my crew, ASAP. Marcel, Cheese, what's up? You know, and yeah, just mad love to anybody that came before me that paved the way for all of this. You know, like we wouldn't be doing what we was doing if we didn't have the blueprint from those before us. You know, so
Yeah. Amen.
appreciate you having me, and like just want to take interest in our style and jit. So definitely appreciative of that for sure.
Yeah, thank you again so much. I appreciate it. And yeah, we'll post this after and we'll put it up on YouTube so people can see it. And yeah, thank you again. We'll make
Of
sure
course.
some future things are happening with Step by Step and the community of JIT. So thank you, Gabby. I appreciate it.
No, appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, have a good one. Peace.